My name is Shema Rwishema, a student from Oklahoma Christian University. I'm going to share with you my experience and output regarding the personal development plan. The personal development plan completed over the last 6 weeks have been a good exercise and a guideline which allows me to detect my potential, my gifts, my talent and strength. And I've been able to build on that to set a goal for my spiritual life and for my career. Over the last 6 weeks, I've been able to know the God will for my career as well as the one for my spiritual life. God first, allow me to start by my personal development plan for my spiritual life. As a Christian, my calling is to serve the God, and I've set a goal of preaching. Preaching can be done different ways. I'm going to preach by example or talking to the audience. Preaching by example, I let people, believers and not believers, observing my attitude, my behavior, so that they can easily detect the difference and be inspired by their difference. That's one of the way of transmitting the message. Preaching by talking to the audience, I will introduce and develop a Christian fellowship at my workplace and in my community. At my workplace, I invite people, especially staff from my bank, to share the word of the God during lunchtime. This will be an opportunity for me to preach. In my community, I'm meeting with my neighbors in order to share the word of the God. That will be also one of the way of preaching. I have a plan over 5 years, and I make sure that every year a big number of people have been transformed by my preaching mission. Preaching requires me to have some habits and to develop my talents. In that case, every day I will set aside 45 minutes out of my schedule for reading the Bible, meditating the word of the God. I also try to connect with a mentor, especially someone from my church, in order for me to be coached, guided, and advised by him. I also try to watch some Christian channels like TBN to be familiar with preaching. I'm also planning to attend some Christian conference organized at my church as well as in other church where we have some international preachers. This will allow me to be familiar with preaching. Preaching by example will require me to express my discipline as a role model. That will allow me to coordinate some charity works by visiting patients to the hospital or orphans. Having a plan is okay, but I'm going also to set some technique or indicators to know how far I'm with my mission. In that particular case, every 6 months I'll be doing my own assessment. I also look for a feedback from my mentor. The personal development plan for my career. My goal is to move from my current position as the head of corporate banking to the position of executive director in business banking within 5 years. At that position, I'll be managing 3 big departments: retail banking, corporate banking, and SME. I started my banking career in 2005 as a credit analyst. Over the last 7 years, I've been exposed to many challenges by dealing with customers from different industries with different behavior. This has been also an opportunity for me to learn banking as well as other aspects of banking. My humility, my patience, passion for customer helped me a lot to be where I am, and I continue to build on that value in order to get to that position of executive director. But I have to set a clear and strong plan with some targets. First of all, I'm going to look for an MBA in one of the fields like finance, economics, or banking. Thank you, Jesus. I've already started my MBA from Oklahoma Christian University. That will be an opportunity for me to get at that position, and it will be one of the contributors, like an added value to my career. I'm going also to look for a strategy of increasing the market share by boosting the sales. In that particular case, I'm going also to boost the portfolio by doubling the existing portfolio, but that will be done within a period of 2 years. I'm also planning to increase the banking skill, especially in marketing for marketers, as well as increasing their number by covering different points of sales. This will involve recruitment and setting some policies like in-house training to increase their capacity building. I'm also planning to set a policy based on that I can be able to track the performance of each individual of the team. On top of that, I'm going to implement a good working environment by introducing some bonding team like TGF, Thanks God Friday, in order to relax with my team. I'm going to introduce an employee satisfaction survey to know where I can improve. I'm also planning to introduce an open door policy so that employees should look at me not only as the chief, but especially as a facilitator, as a coordinator. In order for that plan to be successful, I'm going to set an efficient system based on key performance indicators, which will be used for appraising the performance of each staff. I'm also going to look at the quality, especially the quality of the services. That's why I'm going also to put in place some mystery shop techniques, and I can also introduce a customer satisfaction survey to know how far we are in terms of customer care, so that we can improve on that in order to reach our targets. Regarding the leadership course, that is a wonderful course, and I loved it too much because this course has been open to myself and opened my mind regarding the leadership skills, who is a leader, different leadership skill, different leadership style, and it allows me to know how someone can become a good leader by leading the followers, and how he can use some leadership techniques as well as style in order to transform himself as well as to change the world. Thank you very much.